Good afternoon, class and professor. My name is Katrina, and I will be giving my reflection of the article Body Rituals Amongst the Nasarima. After reading the article, I was a little conflicted because it said that they believed that the human body was ugly. And growing up as a Christian, I was told that my body was a temple. So that kind of was a little hard for me to digest while reading the article. Another thing that stuck out to me was the shrines. They had these shrines that they would use in order to complete these rituals. And the more shrines or the bigger the shrines were, that was a symbol of the power that the person held in the community. They were also believing that it was magical potions that they needed in order to live. And it made me think of the necessities that me as a Christian woman would need to live. So it was very similar to my cultural beliefs, but it was a little more complex as the way that they were doing it. Another thing that stood out to me from the article was their mouth rituals and how they would convince the children and women to keep up with their oral hygiene, rubbing out their mouth with hog bristles. And if they did not do this, they were sent to a mouth man who would dig holes in their teeth. So to use that to try to encourage people to continue to brush their teeth was a little scary because it was definitely another way that that could have been portrayed. A ritual that is in my culture that we practice is baby christenings. So typically, when someone has a newborn baby, we tend to go to the church with the child's godparent, and it's a ceremony of christening the baby in order to make the baby a part of the Christian community. Back in the past, they didn't really believe that baby christenings were illegal or felt that they were necessary because babies didn't have the option to repent for their sins. So why do this ritual when this baby has no control over what it is doing until it's much older? From then to now, baby christenings has definitely changed. In the past, according to an article labeled "What Does the Bible Say About Pedo Baptism?", the procedure in Christianity was a very non existent thing. They didn't practice this because of their beliefs of the babies not being able to repent for their sins or even be able to commit sins, actually. Now we do this more for the aspect of including godparents, and these sets of godparents are supposed to be there just in case anything happens to the mom or the dad. The godparents are supposed to take over this child. But during this ceremony now, it's now a big elaborate party where they go to the church first, as they did in the past. And after, there's a ceremony, which is like a big party where there's cake and it's a celebration of the baby becoming a Christian. Ultimately, when the after the christening, the baby doesn't really understand what is going on. So as the baby gets older, we are expecting the baby to follow the path of Christianity, not allowing the child to actually be able to pick its own religious beliefs or its own worldview. Even though a baby is brought up in a Christian household, doesn't mean that the baby will always get older and follow the Christian beliefs. We are in a time in the United States where we can be any culture and we can pick our beliefs. And we are also a culture that can change our religious beliefs. The article was definitely different based off of what I'm used to and what what they did as far as the body rituals. It was very similar to the christening of the children because it's supposed to make them sacred and ensure that they are accepted by God and make sure that they are following the path that God intended for them.